How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today I'm going to talk about the importance of looking poor. Previously, I made a video about looking rich but being frugal. Now this is not in contradiction to this video because sometimes you want to look rich, other times you may want to look poor for certain reasons. Now at a high level, you might want to look poor just to deter theft, or you might want to look poor to keep people from bothering you. Imagine two guys walking down the street. One guy has nice shoes, designer jeans, and also a sport jacket with a nice watch on. And then you got the other guy, which looks like me. I have a t-shirt on, holes in my pants. Which guy would get mugged? Now this whole concept is kind of going against the grain because most people actually wants to keep up with everybody else and try to look rich. Here, you're just doing the complete opposite, which is great because you really want to do your own thing and look poor instead. Now let me present to you one of the scrappiest way I know how to dress, which is just with a t-shirt, a free trade show t-shirt here, and it has a little stain over here and also two little holes over here, and in my jeans over here, there's a whole bunch of holes over here. Some of you out there might actually consider all these holes here kind of stylish. It's not. It's just wear and tear on these jeans, and this is actually worn in. It used to be completely fine here, and I made these holes. Now there's a difference between looking poor on purpose and actually being poor, because if you're looking poor on purpose, there's a reason why you're doing it, and I'll go over these a little later. Now, if you're financially independent already, there's actually no need to try to please anybody. You don't need to dress up for an interview or even look presentable at all. You can really dress any way you like, kind of like a honey badger, because you don't give a shit what people think. But before you reach financial independence, you can use the way you dress kind of like a tool. Sometimes you want to dress rich, sometimes you want to dress poor. One reason for dressing rich is that you can get fringe benefits. For example, if you go to an airline counter and you're coach and you dress business casual and you're very polite and friendly, you might just get an upgrade to business class. That's an example for dressing rich for a certain purpose. However, there are many purposes for dressing poor as well. For example, if you want to dress poor, you should not wear any expensive jewelry, rings, things like that, because you become a target for mugging if you have all these expensive things on your hands. You can wear worn t-shirts that's a little bit dirty or even have holes in it, jeans that have holes in it, dirty looking shoes. You can also uglify expensive objects that you have. For example, if you have a very nice new iPhone, you can put a whole bunch of stickers around it that make it look dirty. Then if you're holding something like this, thieves that look at it will kind of get deterred and will not even want to steal your phone. It's obvious when you're in this mode of looking poor, you deter mugging, theft, and also possibly kidnapping. I find this advantageous sometimes when you're going traveling. If you look a little dressed down, people won't target you as much. If you go into a neighborhood where everybody is dressed a little down, it helps to also blend in if you just try to look the part and have holes and stuff in your t-shirt. When I go vacationing, sometimes I carry a DSLR with me and I would put it in this bag that had a whole bunch of holes in it. It looks really ugly, and obviously if I'm carrying something like that, then people wouldn't think that there's an expensive camera that's inside. Imagine me kind of dressing like this and walking down the street. I'm going to get a lot less solicitors, therefore a lot less headache on my part, and I don't have to shoo them away. Go into a Best Buy, and if you're like me where I don't really want the sales associate to keep on asking me questions because I just want to sometimes look at the items, be in peace somewhat, and then if I need help, I'm going to go flag them down myself and ask them for help. So if you're in the mode where you're just window shopping, you might just want to kind of dress down a bit and have holes in your pants just so that you can do your window shopping in peace. Now there's a drawback to this because sometimes if you dress too poor, people will try to give you money. Obviously you're not going to accept this kind of money because you're only doing this on purpose. I heard a story from a friend where there was this man in this complex that always comes around to collect cans all the time. He's an older gentleman. Everyone thought he was a homeless man, but little did everyone know that he had millions of dollars in the bank. He just collects cans just because that's what he does. You would look at this person, he's in rags and stuff, and he's even picking up cans, but obviously he refused these gifts from people during Christmas because he really didn't need the money. He was just collecting cans for the sake of collecting cans, I think. So I hope this was interesting for you and sort of incorporate the way you dress, looking rich or looking poor, into your daily lives as needed. Don't forget to give me a like on this video, comment down below, let me know what you think, and if you ever actually dress poor on purpose. If you're interested in supporting this channel, don't forget to check out my Audible link down in the video description below where you can get a free audiobook, and if you don't like the audiobook or the service, you can cancel before the trial period ends. You can still keep the audiobook and you can still help benefit this channel. I also have a 30-day free trial for Gamefly down below. It's kind of like a Netflix for video games, and you can try this out, and if you don't like the service, you can cancel it and you will also not owe a thing. I have a Patreon over here. If you're interested in supporting me directly, I have a $1.99 support level where you actually do not have to pay a thing if you use a Discover card that you don't use. More information in the Patreon page over there. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.